Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to Hornets franchise. And I've decided we're gonna do one more year here in Hornets franchise before I wrap it up. I'm just kind of burning out of the series. We're three-peat champions, and I mean, as you look at our team history now, 3 conference championships, 3 NBA championships, 3 in a row. We've been phenomenal the last few years, and it's been great. As we look at retirements here in the offseason, Paul George calls it quits. DeMar DeRozan, a lot of big names about 5 years ago calling it quits here. Paul George, I guess, wouldn't be 5 years ago, but a lot of big name players calling it quits. And yeah, I mean, they're all 37, 36. That's crazy. Staff retirements, a lot of coaches. Rick Carlisle retires. Eric Spo retires. Wow. I don't know. Spo just got like a super long contract extension. I don't know if he'll be retiring anytime soon. Mike Brown retires. Where was he coaching in this? The Kings? Yeah. Is he coaching in real life for the Kings? Nonetheless, Hall of Fame. Paul George makes the Hall of Fame. Maybe. I could see it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not going to lie. He's kind of borderline to me. Like, I don't know. Where's he going to get his jersey retired, though? Wait, did they get rid of jersey retirements? Wasn't it? Oh, there are none. Yeah, he didn't get his jersey retired by anyone. Probably because he never stayed on the same team for longer than like 3 years. There's a lot of that nowadays, though. Nonetheless, moving on. Draft lottery. I was about to say, we have a couple picks in here. We have the 12th, the 8th, the 6th, and potentially the 2nd from Chicago. And here we go. Bulls at 14. Do they get that pick? They do. They'll stay at 14. Nets at 13. And they do keep that pick. And I think we were projected this one. Move us up. That's all right. We'll take 12. Rockets now picking. And they get the 11th via Brooklyn. And that was for the James Harden trade, I believe. And the Trailblazers do get 10 at 9. It's the Wizards who have a 4.5% chance of the 1 pick, but they get 9. Not as wild as a real life draft lottery. Here we are at 8. And we are going to stay at 8. So right now we have 12, 8, and the Nets at 7. Now is when the chances to jump up actually start getting pretty good. But the Nets will stay at 7. And now we are at 6 here, and we will stay at 6 via Dallas. 5th pick, the Pelicans, who have almost a 10% chance of the number 1 pick, but no, they're going to stay at 5. The Clippers, who have a 12%, and that's going to be our pick. So we drop all the way to 4th. Dang. And the Jazz get picks number 1 and 2 via Minnesota. Clippers 3rd, then we're 4th and 6th and 12th. It's not bad. That could have went worse, I guess. Staff signing. Head coach, Stauffer. We do need an assistant head coach. Trent Peterson seems like a weirdo. Jerome. I was like, Jared Dudley's out here. Darvin Ham. He just got KO'd in real life as a coach. James Borrego. He was in Charlotte. I think he played for Charlotte as a coach. Or as a player. I'm almost certain he did. Or he coached there. One of the two. Edward Porter is interested. Is that Kevin Ollie down there? Former UConn coach. About Darvin Ham, he has no interest. Jerome Dudley, he has interest. Let's lower that contract a little bit. As low as we can get. Oh, too much. Too much razzle-dazzle on the lowering. And there we go. We'll see if we can get Dudley. He's mulling that offer. And still mulling that offer. We get Jerome Dudley to be our assistant head coach. We bring him in. Everyone else is on a 1-year deal. I don't think you can extend the staff. Yeah, that's not an option, I do not believe, which sucks, because I'd love to give stuff or an extension. He's been great, obviously leading us to a three-peat. And here we go, the draft combine. We have a lot of top picks, and we might actually look to convert pre-draft workouts. Oh, there's some good players at the top of this draft. Jonathan Newton, a 76 overall small forward. Eric Guerrero, just do all the top guys. Fred Dean out of Michigan State. I thought he's projected to be like number 2 overall. Yeah, some have him at 1. He's Aaron McKee is his comparison. I mean, he's really good offensively. Really good perimeter. I mean, Fred Dean out of Michigan State. Coming out of Tom Izzo, dude. You know he's going to play defense. I would like to get Fred Dean if we could get Fred Dean. And I'd rather have let's do that. I mean, we already know a lot. Fred Dean, I mean, not a crazy vertical, but he's going to shoot the lights out. He looks like a stud. Yeah, 88 3-point projected is insane. And doesn't reliably finish, so he's a spot-up shooter. He's 6'1", 200 pounds. He's not going to blow you away with anything. He has rebound chaser. That is odd for a guard to have. Fred Dean looking like a stud. Here we go. It's draft time, but first we're going to see upcoming free agents. Jokic. I mean, there's some big-name guys, but trade finder. We're going to... Not what I wanted. Draft picks. I mean... We have 6, 8. We have 4, 6, 8, and 12. We might try to move 8 and 12 and see if we can't get like a kind of a star player. I mean, there's a good chance. What's his nuts? Doesn't come back. Can't think of his name. But I mean, I'm looking for like a superstar, like small forward, and we're not getting it. I mean, we could take a lot of guys up here. Porzingis, not really what I'm looking for. De'Aaron Fox is an option, I guess. I mean, we can move Melo to the 2. And Josh Giddey, nah. I was thinking we might get some better offers than that. I guess we have so many first-round picks, dude. It's actually insane. All right, let's hop into the draft. And the Jazz take Jonathan Newton first overall. Then they go Fred Dean. Okay, that's like 2 building blocks for a franchise. And we are on the clock. Boris Bonner is here. He is a Dave Bing comparison. Shoots the 3-ball really well. Not as good at defense, but a really good athlete. Driving layup of 93. Boris Bonner looks really solid. Jack Webb is a center. I don't really think we need a center. This kid down here is projected to be number 1 in a lot of it. Why? He's not that good. I really like Boris Bonner here. They have Shane Hayes scored really high. I'm not really sure why. I mean, he's a decent athlete. Nothing crazy. Doesn't shoot the ball that well. I'm not seeing it with Shane Hayes. I really like Boris Bonner. I think that's where we're going to go. Out of Illinois, Big Ten power, knows how to distribute the ball well, has good anticipation. I mean, it's another guard. We have Tinsley, obviously. But, man, I like Boris Bonner. I mean, we could try to move back with this pick and see. I don't know. Io DeSamo, Lou Dort. I don't really. I guess we're going to take. I mean, looking at our roster, it's hard. Looking at our team, we have Melo, who could go back or who could play the 2. You got Kursoff, you got Brandon Miller, you got Mark Williams. Middleton's probably not going to be back. You got Jalen Williams, also probably not going to be back. Bryce McGowan's, you got Saramago. I don't know if we bring him back. Tinsley, who I really like. Bernie Anderson, who I really like. Kozlow's another one I just don't really know. I would like to bring back Brevin Temple. I guess, I mean, let's take Boris Bonner. I like him a lot. Out of Illinois, 6'4", 225, big guard. I like big guards. And Jermaine Saunders goes there, and we're back on the clock. We could probably use a center. I wish Shane Haynes was better than, like, he's a decent defender. He's not going to score well. Doesn't shoot the three that well. Decent close shot, but he's not crazy good at really anything. Decent speed. He's 6'10" out of Vanderbilt. That is an odd school to be out of. I just don't know about it. Will Carson, what does he do? Not a ton. Great. Out of Southern Illinois. Didn't we draft a guy out of Southern Illinois like last year? Gilbert Brand, what do we got here? I mean, he looks solid. A post defense, A minus rebounding. 19 years old out of South Carolina. He could, I mean, actually A minus mid range, B minus 3-point scoring. Gilbert Brand looks really solid out of Southern Illinois here. I mean, Jack Webb, I just don't like that he's 23. He looks like a stud. He'd be another Big Ten player. Not a good shooter, though. Like, no ability to shoot. I'm sick of having centers that come in and just cannot shoot at all. We already have Mark Williams. Not real fast. What was the projected speed on Gilbert Brand here? I mean, we know he can kind of score it. He can draw fouls. 91 hands is solid. 83 interior defense. He's a solid rebounder. I like Gilbert Brand. We're going to take him. Gilbert Brand, welcome aboard. And, I mean, I don't plan on losing Mark Williams, but in Haval Saverb, he was the number one projected guy, finally goes. I wish there was better small forwards. Jay Sean Hill, what do we got here? This guy is average at best. Mark Porter is 6'6", decent offensive player, decent defender. Another guy, was Vanderbilt, like, amazing? Trey Wolf, 21, doesn't do much good. Alan Garner, we don't really need another center. Kyle Goodwin. I mean, you guys know I like to draft. If you're going to be a draft pick of mine, you kind of got to be able to shoot it if you're going to be a guard. I like shooting, and this guy can shoot, but that's about it. Out of Loyola, Chicago, Illinois. Good potential, though. Decent athlete. We just don't know much about him. Man. Kyle Goodwin was not who I was looking at. Who was that? Mark Porter, was that? Yeah, I mean, he's solid across the board. We don't know a ton. He could be a boomer bust type guy. Gary Payton, the second's his floor. Elite finishing ability. Should have good success as he matures. He's 6'6", decent size. Let's bring in Mark Porter. And, I mean, Brandon Miller isn't going anywhere if I have anything to say about it. And here we go. Pick 12. I'm shocked. What? Shocked we aren't getting any trade offers to these draft picks. I mean, we have so many first-round picks. We're not going to be able to sign all these guys. Sangan for all that. Jalen Noel, who's 28 on a cheap deal. Frederick Posey. Was he drafted last year? Why do I feel like I remember him? What does he do well? Is he good at anything? Not tremendous. Daniel Gafford. I just don't really like him. Davion Mitchell. Austin Reeves. Julius Randle, randomly. Malik Monk. Lauri Markkanen. Zubac. Nurkic. Bol, Bobby Portis. Ugh. I mean, really, do we need all these draft picks? I don't know if we do. I mean, you got Sangan, who they just keep offering us. We don't need a center, though. At least not like that kind. Man. This is the offers you're getting for 3 first rounds. Bobby Portis just keeps popping up. I guess we're going to use all these draft picks, and if they suck, they suck. Jack Webb is still sitting here. Wayne Embry comparison. Really good rebounder. Really good inside. We'll take him. Jack Webb the third. Welcome aboard. We get him at 12. I mean, potential all-star player, as they said. We'll send him to our next user pick. And Will Carson, still out here, probably for good reason. Yeah, he's not a great player. Kyle Goodwin, another guy, just not really blowing me away. He's kind of, is he like a good athlete? He kind of giving me D Wade vibes with the good mid range. How's his dunking? 54. Maybe not D Wade vibes. 78 speed is terrible at shooting guard. Holy crap. Trey Wolf. We don't know anything about. He's decent. That's about it. Allen Garn. We don't need another center. Marshall McCaw is a Lou Will comparison. All right. No defense, but pretty good player. Marshall McCaw, welcome aboard out of Creighton. He overcame the injuries that delayed the start of his freshman season at Creighton, fully recovered and showing growth every game. We'll take him. Why not, right? Bring him in. And now pick 30. Oh, what'd I do? Gary Richardson. Kind of a stretch four here with decent rebounding. I don't hate him out of Kentucky. Ethan Mercer. No, I think we're going to go with Gary Richardson. 6'9", nice. And does his addition mean that Kursoff could be expendable? No, Kursoff is going absolutely negative nowhere. Nice try. And here we go. Second round. Oh, no, I wanted to... Whatever. We got any small forwards in here? Probably not, right? This guy can shoot. Bring him in. We got a shooter. Love it. Ethan Mercer ends up going to the Wizards. Okay. Cesar de la Cruz. Undefeated name. Bring him in. I mean, well, oh, no. Yeah, we don't have another pick, I don't believe. So here we go. We had 1,000 picks there. And Armstrong ends up being, or not Armstrong, Bonner ends up being a 77 overall. Very nice. Brand was a 76. Porter is 74. And then Webb was a 75. So a bunch of mid-70 players. I mean, that's basically the best you're going to get. Number 1 overall pick. So actually the Clippers took the best player in Benjamin Armstrong. I thought Dean would be a little bit better overall, to be honest. It's kind of shocking both those guys were so low. Yeah, I really liked Benjamin Armstrong. He can't shoot it as well as I thought he was going to be able to, though, to be honest. Interesting. Nonetheless, now it's rookie signing, and yeah, we got 100 guys in here. We might just accept them all. We're going to let a lot of guys walk. Gary Richardson is not very good, is he? No, we might not sign Gare Bear. Bryant Christie is good. I would like to bring him in. De La Cruz can shoot it. I mean, I don't know if we need to bring in Cesar de la Cruz. What's his overall? 71? McCaw here, not very good. I thought he was going to be a little bit better. I mean, very good at layups. We're not going to sign him. Jack Webb, oh, he ended up being way worse than I thought, but he's a good rebounder. Yeah, I thought he was going to have a little bit more floor stretching ability. D+ is not really what I was looking for. But he's a solid player. Mark Porter, decent all-around player. Gilbert Brand, ew. Okay, he's not bad, actually. A little bit better than I thought. And Bonner ended up being a stud. Very nice. Yeah, Bonner has a very good all-around game. We'll sign those guys. Bring him in. Team player options. Kursov, obviously, accept. We'll decline Middleton's. We're going to decline Saramago's as well. Saramago will land on his feet. We don't need him here. He didn't play much at all. And Giannis will be a free agent. Kevin Durant will be a free agent. Chris Middleton, obviously, will be a free agent. And a lot of guys. Okay. Qualifying offers, no. Yes to Brandon Miller. No to Jay Will. Yes to Bernie. All right. Moratorium. So Brandon Miller, I would love to bring back long-term as possible. He is how old? 24? Let's just do straight up 5 years. Like 34 a year. That's seems fair to me, Brandon Miller. I mean, you're a stud. Love to have you long term. The Wizards are, I mean, he's restricted though, isn't he? Yeah. So, I mean, we're pretty much going to get him back. We'll just match any offer that gets made for him. looking at our roster right now, we got Melo, Kursoff, Mark Williams, who he's only signed for 2 more years, right? Because he has a team option. Yeah, that's a big deal for Mark Williams. We got Brand, and like I said, I mean, McGowan's right now is one of our better players, which is not great. But we have Melo, we have Kursoff, who's only 21 years old, in the last year of his contract. He's going to be restricted next year, so, I mean, he's going to get paid a lot of money. But, I mean, a 3-time champion in 3 years. He's been first-team All-NBA, first-team All-Defense, second-team All-Defense, champion 3 times, Finals MVP all 3, and a first-time All-Star this year. I think that's going to be a contract that is going to hurt my heart a little bit. It's going to be expensive, but it is what it is. Brevin, so we're not going to bring back Jay Will. As much as I like him as a player in real life, we won't bring him back. He was good, though. But, I mean, if I had it my way, we already signed a bunch of good players, a bunch of good centers. Kevin Durant has 2 offers. Crazy. And they are from the Thunder and the Jazz, both minimum deals. That's hilarious. There's no shot he goes back to OKC. And if he does, I will cry because I don't want it to happen. Who do we have? So we offered Brandon Miller, who is restricted. Okay, is prepared to accept. Okay, well, he's not going to do that. Brandon Miller, we are going to match. We're going to match on Brevin Temple and then renounce the rights of everyone else. Who signed Brevin Temple, though? Oh, we did. Wait, we're just matching our own offer? No, that's fine. Yeah, I want Brandon Miller back long term. 4 years, $160 million. That feels fair. We saw his performance. It cuts a year off it, but that's all right. Jay Will be out of here. And, yeah, Giannis still unsigned. Victor Wembanyama signs back with the Spurs. Brandon Miller's back with us. Brevin Temple also back with us. And now we can look. I mean, we have negative $73 million in cap space. We have $82 million in cap holds, though. That's insane. Roster. I mean, you bring back Miller. It looks a lot better than it does right now. Yeah, we really could use a small forward, but I don't know if that's really going to be an option for us. Michael Porter Jr., Scoot Henderson. Let's go another day here. Brandon Miller, Brevin Temple. Yeah, I mean, I want to renounce the rights to all these guys. Chris Middleton will be a free agent. Let's continue on. Signed. Giannis signs with the Bucks. Curry back to the Warriors. Brandon Miller to us. Scoot Henderson. Michael Porter Jr. goes to the Bucks. Nick Smith Jr. to the Bulls. Clint Capella to the Spurs. Interesting. Okay. Brevin Temple signs with us? I mean, I like Brevin Temple. So, KD, 16 offers now. 1 year from the Mavericks. Trae Young is getting off from the Warriors. That would be insane. Amen Thompson's out here. Oscar Thompson. Damian Lillard, 37-year-old Damian Lillard's out here chilling. Pat Will. Cason Wallace. We could bring in another Thunder player. He's restricted, though. John Collins. Jalen John. Yeah. Chris Middleton is out here. He still wants a lot of money, though. I mean, I love Chris Middleton, but he's just going to steal a roster spot from someone at 30. I can't believe he's still only 35. Bradley Beal is out here. Wendell Carter, who does stretch the floor, but we have we're going to get through the moratorium stage, move on to actual free agency. We'll look at signed players. Okay, so nothing really changed. Now I want to look at our roster because everything's kind of locked now. So Brandon Miller's back. You got Kursoff. You got LaMelo. Mark Williams. McGowan's possibly. You could start Bonner right away. That's always an option. I mean, what is he? as a 2 guard, not a center. He's actually better as a shooting guard. We might do that. And yeah, he's actually better as a shooting guard. And we can move Brandon Miller back to small forward, which is actually his best position. And there's your starting 5. Bonner at the 2. He's a really good scorer. How's his playmaking ability? Decent playmaker. B plus, did that say? So not bad. He's not going to blow you away. But then you have Tinsley coming off the bench, who's only going to be better. And I really like... Tinsley needs to be moved to the point guard position, though. He's actually a 79 overall small forward. That's crazy. I guess we can leave him at the... It doesn't really matter. You got Kozlov, Mark Porter, who's a rookie, Bryant Christie, Brevin Temple, who's back, one of our 100 centers. Okay. I'm liking the team, kind of. What more do we need on this team? We have how many players? We're short a power forward. I mean, G.G. Jackson's out here. He's a solid player. I mean, we could always move roster. We have Kursoff. We have Mark Williams, Bonner. Brand can actually shoot the ball a little bit. What is he as a power forward? He's the same overall. He'd be a 7-footer at power forward. Let's move him to power forward. I mean, he's not going to, like, be lights out, but he can stretch the floor a little bit. Only 19. He has more time to learn than Webb, who's 23 at center. That's a little old. Okay, looking at it. I mean, it's not that old, but it is older. You got Max Strus. No. Where is Bernie Anderson? I would like to bring back old Bernie if we can. Where is he? Seriously, where is Bernie Anderson? I know he's in here. Is he a shooting guard or a small forward? I thought he was a small forward, but maybe he's a shooting guard. Bernie Anderson. There he is. He is a shooting guard. Okay. I mean, I'd like to have him back. That's not that crazy of a deal. 2 years with a team option, maybe. And he declined it. We'll just hold on to his cap hold then. We have how many players on roster? No idea. All right, we're going to get through free agency then. We'll see. Signed players. Giannis to the Bucks. Curry to the Warriors. KD to the Mavericks. Okay, that could be a tough team. I'm just waiting for some of these guys to sign. I want to see where, like, Trae Young ends up going. Apparently, he's just not going to sign anywhere. Stay whatever now. Yeah, Trae Young not signing. 17 offers closing in on the end of free agency, and he just will not sign anywhere. And holy crap, that is a monster deal for Giannis, by the way, and Wembanyama. Jeez, oh Pete, that's some money. And Bernie Anderson accepts the qualifying offer. I assumed he would. Player, Kursoff up to a 93 overall. Brandon Miller to a 91. LaMelo up to an A+ 3-point. Boris Bonner actually gets better as a rookie. Tinsley up to a 78. He had a really good rookie year. He's going to be a stud, man. Possible 6th man of the year this year. He's got to play a lot of minutes for us. McGowan's will be in the mix. You'll have Brand, Webb. We got a lot of players on this roster. And All-Star City selection. Oh, no, I don't want him. Just take care of it for me. And it is Miami. Okay. Cool. 2K hoops done it. Auto-generate rookies. And here we go. Into the last season. The Last Dance Hornets coming at you. Let's take a quick look at the team, what we're going to have this year. And I mean, it's gonna be a deep roster. Hang on, sorry. It's gonna be a deep roster. Looking at not scouting, coaching, game plan. You got LaMelo. Let's do okay. Play through star, maybe. We'll just do neutral focus. That's kind of always been our thing. Limit perimeter shots. Run in transition. Bench depth. We'll go 10 deep this year. Bench utilization. Maybe drop that down a tick. We'll drop that down a tick as well. Okay. Bonner is going to start. Brandon Miller out there with LaMelo, and then you're going to have Kursoff, Mark Williams, Tinsley as a six-man, McGowan's. You're going to have Gilbert Brand out there with Jack Webb, Mark Porter, and then Kozlov. Temple in reserve. I'd rather have Temple active. He's actually got experience. We'll do that for now. And yeah, that'll wrap up the off-season video. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, as always, it's been the Captain, and peace.